You ever wonder how we can get AI to, actually see the world? I mean, not just see it, but truly understand what it's looking at? Well, let's get right into it, because today we're going to talk about a piece of tech that does exactly that.
No, seriously, just think about that for a second. What if the apps on your phone or the software you use for work could actually look at a photo or a video and understand it, just like a person would? It sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's not. This is the exact problem a really powerful AI service was designed to solve.
And that answer is Amazon Rekognition. So what is it really? At its core, it's an AI service that gives developers some seriously sophisticated computer vision tools, all pre-trained and ready to go. You can point it at images and videos, the stuff you might already have stored in the cloud, and it can find faces, objects, even emotions. And the best part? You don't need to be a machine learning genius to use it.
All right, so what can this thing do right out of the box? With zero special training from you, this is where it gets really, really cool. Let's start with all the powerful stuff that's ready to go from the second you fire it up.
I mean, look at this list. It's got this huge range of stuff it can just do. It can find faces and figure out if someone's happy or sad. It can spot objects and understand the scene they're in. It can even see activities, read text right out of an image, find brand logos, and, this is a big one, flag content that might be inappropriate. It's a massive head start for any developer.
Okay, let's zoom in on one of the most powerful features here, facial analysis. And we're not just talking about drawing a box around a face in a photo. No. This is about understanding all the little details inside that box.
So here's how it works. First, the AI spots a face, and it can even follow that person as they move through a video. Pretty cool, right? Then it looks closer at the features to estimate things like an age range. And finally, it does what's called sentiment analysis, basically reading facial expressions to see if someone looks happy or sad or angry. And this has some incredibly important real-world uses. For instance, this kind of tech can be a huge help to law enforcement when they're trying to find missing people.
But hey, it's not just about faces. Rekognition is also amazing at understanding the world around the people. And that brings us to object and scene detection. This is all about identifying what's in a picture and where that picture was taken. So, for example, it can look at a photo and say, yep, I see cars and I see people. But it goes deeper. It can identify activities, telling you if someone's running or swimming. It can even classify the whole scene, recognizing if you're in a forest or on a beach. This gives an application a crazy amount of context, almost like it understands the story behind the photo.
Okay, let's talk about a really critical use case for all this tech, one that's pretty much everywhere these days. Automated content moderation. Keeping the internet a safer place.
Think about it. Every social media site, every online marketplace, they all have to deal with filtering out bad stuff. And trying to do that with human moderators, it's just impossible with the millions of photos and videos being uploaded every day. That's where Rekognition comes in. Its ability to automatically spot and flag this stuff makes it an absolutely essential tool for pretty much any online platform today.
So everything we've talked about so far is what Rekognition knows right out of the box. But what if you needed to see something that's totally unique to you or your business? Well, that's when we go beyond the basics and start talking about training your very own custom AI. Yeah, the standard models are awesome, but they can't possibly know everything, right? They don't know your company's logo or your specific products or what your online community considers okay or not okay. Sometimes you got to teach the AI to see things your way. And a perfect example of this is the custom moderation adapter. Let's say your platform has a zero-tolerance policy for, rude gestures or images of gambling. All you do is feed Rekognition a bunch of labeled examples of what you don't want. It studies them, learns the patterns, and boom, you've got a custom-trained model that filters content based on your specific rules. It's the exact same idea for something called custom labels. Imagine you want to track everywhere your company's logo pops up online. You just upload a bunch of images of your logo, train the model on that data, and that's pretty much it. Now you have your own personal brand detection expert ready to scan any picture you give it. And this really breaks it down perfectly. You need to find a generic car or tree, just use the standard detection, no work required. But if you need to find your specific company logo, that's when you need custom labels and a little bit of training. It's all about picking the right tool for the job. Okay, so let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture here. What does all this actually mean for anyone who wants to build apps that can see?
This line really sums it all up. The whole point of this is to let you and your apps picture the world through AI. It's about giving you a brand new sense, a new way to understand visual information.
And here's the most important takeaway. The whole point is that you get all this incredible power without having to do the super complex, heavy lifting of building these AI models from scratch. I mean, this is a game changer. It means a small team, maybe even a single developer, can now build features that used to require a whole room full of AI experts. It totally levels the playing field and lets people focus on what they're actually good at, building awesome stuff.
Which brings us right back to the beginning, but with a new perspective. We've seen how this technology can do everything from finding people to spotting logos, so I'll leave you with this question. Now that your application can see, what will you build with it?